Welcome to Adventures in Consciousness, the interactive show that offers expansive conversation with pioneering new thought teachers and personal real-time guided journeys into the imaginal realm to access your soul's wisdom and discover how to live your greater story. Here is your host, human potentialist, soul mentor, and consciousness guide, Jennifer Ivanko.
Hello and welcome. Welcome to Adventures in Consciousness, the conversation. Today I have a special guest, an extraordinary teacher, a mentor, and a dear friend, Shama Viola. Welcome, Shama.
And thank you, Jennifer, for inviting me. It's always a pleasure to have a conversation with you.
Thank you, Shama. I'm excited to share this conversation today because I know we're going to talk about something that's really exciting to you right now. You've been working on a special project, I believe. It's called The Excellence Blueprint, a Guide to Personal and Professional Mastery. So before we start, I'm really curious, why excellence?
Why excellence?
Why excellence?
It's important for us human beings to reach our potential and not settle for a life of mediocrity. And excellence is awaiting us. Why settle for less when we can reach excellence in every area of your life? So excellence, what this program, what this map, this blueprint offers, it's a structure, a guidance, because as you know, all of us need to learn something. So just like as a child needs to learn to walk and needs to learn the ABC and needs to learn to relate to others, we always need to learn skills and things. So we need to learn also how to achieve certain levels of beingness that we are not so familiar with, that we settle for less. So there are ways in which we can always grow. We can always reach higher level. And this is a structure that provides structure and guidance to reach a higher level. And not only is a holistic approach, because it involves masculine and feminine energy. It also avoids frustration of the process because it invites grace and elegance and ease to be part of the process. And allows for self-reflection. It allows us to understand why we want what we want and how we can reach it. And it allows us to reach a certain level of fulfillment because we aim for a goal, we know the steps to reach it, and when we reach that goal with the appropriate steps that can easily take us there, there is satisfaction, there is a sense of fulfillment, and we have reached what we have reached with excellence.
So it's interesting because you talk about reaching with excellence, and yet sometimes it's just we just want to reach the goal. But you also talk about grace and ease and some of these things you just said, making it seem like excellent might be easier.
It can be easy once you know the steps. Oftentimes we just don't know things. Very often we don't have the tools, we don't have the clarity, we don't have the understanding. And when we have it, then things are easy. And this is a strategy, a program, a schema that anyone can use, anyone for any area of life. It can be for business, it can be for relationships, it can be for personal achievements, it could be for spiritual evolution, or it could be for your own inner gratification and for reaching aims and desires. It can be to clarify, like it's really, it can be applied for anything by anyone. And so that makes it easy. And it's not just defining or serving a niche of people.
Okay, so this is an easy path, you said, a strategy. So what are the steps? How do we proceed?
There are steps. And the way they are presented is in a visual that can help to actually better understand the whole map. And so to give you more clarity, I think I'm going to put up a visual to show you how the journey can go from first step number 1 to the final steps. So let me put up the visual so that you can see what I'm talking about. And here it is, Jennifer. As you can see, the map it has a number of symbolism. First of all, as you can see, it's on the tree of life. It totally fits the tree of life, and it fits our chakra system. So it goes step by step from the base chakra to the crown chakra. During the presentation that I will give you today, we are going to go quickly through all of them so that you can understand what the journey involves and what it entails. So that you will understand really step by step how we can reach that level of excellence that I've talked about. So, to begin, the first step is desire. And there it is, a red flame at the base chakra. Desire is the most important step, is the foundation of excellence. Without desire, there is no way to achieve anything. Desire is crucial for attaining anything. It's our purpose, our fire, that which motivates us to go forward into anything that we want. And so it's a wonderful propeller to reach any dream or objectives that we have. But desire isn't so easy as it seems. We have been trained in different ways in our conditioning, past lives and present life, where desire can be a very conflictual element. For example, let's say that you are a spiritual being and you have followed a path that told you that desire takes you to suffering. Well, you will want to deny desire, you will want to transcend desire. Well, yeah, on one hand, the truth is that if you desire something and you don't get it, it will lead to suffering and disappointment. And even to have too much desire, it can keep you very tied down to the earth plane. But desire, if you have a goal, it's fundamental. Without it, you will never attain the goal. Even enlightenment itself, if you not desire it, what do? You will not do anything to attain it. You have to desire to reach a higher level of being in order to take the steps, which could be meditation, breathing, whatever it is. But you're going to need to have a sense of desire to reach a certain goal in order to attain it. Another thing that desire gives us in terms of conflict is many times in our lives we have desired, especially as children. As children, we have desired with great intensity. We have wanted with totality of being, and we have very often felt disappointed. And so because as children we feel totally, as we felt desire totally, we felt disappointment totally, and it hurt, and it was suffering, it was painful. And so we oftentimes said, I'm not going to desire. It leads to hurt, it leads to disappointment, it leads to suffering. So many of us, in order to avoid pain and disappointment, have become numb, have chosen to not feel, have chosen to deny desire. Also because it gives us kind of a negative payoff. It makes me feel superior than those that desire because I don't need anymore. I don't care anymore. I am above it. I've transcended it. In reality, I've denied it. And I'm not really confronting that. But I am in that bubble. And without that desire, I will never reach a level of excellence in my life. Because to reach anything, even money, even success, even whatever, you need to want it. You need to desire. You need to really know what you want. So desire is that, to know what you want. And then we go to the second step.
But before we do, the desire sounds to me something really easy, because I have lots and lots of desires. I think there's a lot of things I want.
Okay, yes, we think we desire, and in fact, it's all a mental activity. And as you can see, desire needs to be in the base chakra as a fire and not an obsession of the mind. I may want $1 million, or I may want, to go on a vacation to Timbuktu or whatever. But it could be just mental activity that I think they are desired, and they're going to go nowhere because they are not the fire that really propels me forward. Desire needs to be passionate, needs to really be something that that you cannot do without. It really makes you do this, the next step. You cannot just sit around and say, oh, I wish, oh, they would be so nice. Oh, I wish, yeah, I want that. I'd love that. I would love that. I would love that. Many times you've heard it from yourself. And it stays there in the mind, an idea. And we think that is desire. And then we don't do anything about it. I'd love that, but yeah, right. Yeah. Well, you know what? No, yeah. And that's it. That kills it. And we are never going to achieve whatever we think we want. So there's a difference between desire and thinking that you want something.
So how do we get beyond desire?
Yes, after we are clear of what we want to achieve with excellence, we go to the second step. And the second step is clear intention. We need to really be clear about why we want what we want. This is what is needed. I know what I want, but why do I want it? Do I want it because other people will approve of me? Do I want it because society will actually agree with me that this is a purposeful something to attain? Or is it really my desire? Is it really mine or not? I need to be clear of my motivations, of the reasons why I want what I want. Because I may want what I want to make my mom's happy. I may want what I want because I am afraid that if I don't want it, I will not survive, I will not have security. And that will be a fear-motivated desire, which will take us not very far. I need to get clear on my motivations. My motivation need to be aligned with the desire. My motivation need to be purposeful, need to be clear of the intention. The intention has to be that the desire, the achievement of the desire needs to serve me and my environment, my family, my planet. So what I desire needs to be a little bit bigger than just make me survive. Survival is fine, and going for survival is good, and you can go through survival either with fear or with excellence, and that's the difference. So once I know what I want, I need to know why I want it. Very, very important specification. And at this point, sometimes I may want to give up what I think I want, because I may realize my motivation is invalid, that my motivation is tied to my past distorted beliefs and conviction, or that I may realize that this is something that is tied to a belief that, let's say that I want enlightenment because I think I may just transcend this to earth plane or whatever. Once I realize that my motivations are not exactly really useful to me or to others, I may want to give them up. But if I find that my motivations are right and my purpose is valid, then I can move on to the third step. And the third step involves two elements, a masculine and a feminine one. Next step is impeccability and vision. Why two? Because we are in a plane of duality, because we are masculine and feminine inside. And we need to honor both approaches to excellence. Impeccability is being so clear of the structure, the steps, the discipline that I'm wanting to commit to. So commitment is tied to impeccability. When I know what I want and why I want it, I have to understand how I will bring it about. What, why, how? How will I bring about this realization? Clearly, with some structure, with some discipline, with some step-by-step learning, with some focused action. That will be impeccability, the male approach. Focus, action, determination, perseverance, and just the commitment to go through it step by step, no matter what, no matter how long it will take, no matter what. What fuels this impeccable focus of pursuing our goal? A vision, the feminine vision of the desired result. So the vision is nourishing. It gives me that warm feeling of reaching something that is really something lovely for me. There is something that I desire and that I can attain. The vision is my inspiration. It's my inspiration. And without the vision, why would I do all the focused actions, all the discipline? I have to have a vision that inspires me to stick through the thick and thin and to go through it, no matter what challenges. So that's why these two steps go together.
And it feels very, impeccability feels harsh and strong, and vision seems soft. And so you say it's the masculine, feminine, feels whole.
It is the energy within us manifesting through these particular modalities. We are expressing, as we are pursuing our goal towards excellence, we need to empower, cultivate, express, embrace these elements, the impeccability, the male focused, determined action, the willingness to go through whatever, to reach that vision, that vision. That vision is that ultimate goal that keeps the one going, that keeps the athlete doing all the training, all the difficulties, all of the hardships they go through, to know that that medal, that acclaim that they will reach, that satisfaction of reaching that particular excellence pursuit will pay off. But it's that vision that allows them to go through all of that.
So we've got the what and the desire, we've got the why and the clear intention, and then we've got the how.
Let's take the example of the athlete. The athlete says, I desire to reach excellence in athletics. So it's what I desire is to reach excellence in athletic. Clear intention would say, why do you want to do that? And so the person would have a different, let's look through some, but each person would have something different. One could say, because I feel like my body, I feel so good when I stretch my body, when I push my body to the limit, when I really achieve such difficult somersaults, such difficult goals that it feels so good. So physically, I feel Superman, Superwoman. And so it could be a physical aim, or it could be, it's because since I was a child, I felt that I could reach that. I feel like I am driven by this motivation, and I feel that I can reach it. I need to prove to myself that I can reach excellence in athletics. It's bigger than me. It's something that is driving me. And then when we go into impeccability, this is the why, we go into how. How will I reach it? Through daily training, hours and hours and hours of daily training, through failing and reaching high successes, and failing and success, and failing and successes, through training day by day, year by year, but fueled by the vision. I need to reach that goal. I will go to the end of the world to reach that goal. And I will continue to do it until I do reach that goal. It doesn't matter. I can take 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I will reach that goal because that's my vision.
That almost sounds like enough. It seems like I'm ready to go, but I see there's a few more steps here. So what's next?
What's next is we continue to say, how do we reach that goal? And this time we have an answer. We reach that goal through elegance. What does it mean? That if I reach the goal through hardship, through struggle, through difficulties, through feeling like a victim, poor me, it's too hard, and I'm doing it, and it's just so difficult. If I reach my goal that way, it's not going to be excellent, it's not going to be satisfying. But if I do it through grace, harmoniously, naturally, with flexibility and adaptability, with elegance, then my goal has a flavor, a scent, a beauty that is incomparable. Is something, reaching your goal with elegance. It's the true satisfaction, true hardship. Then you say, well, I deserved it. Now I deserve it. I suffered so much for so long. Then I deserve it. No. To be willing to have what you want, even if you don't deserve it, even if you don't earn it, even if it comes joyfully, elegantly, gracefully, harmoniously, naturally.
So you make it seem like it's a choice, but sometimes it feels like I have to do hard work to get there. Is elegance just happens?
When you think that you can have hard work, you question yourself, is that true? Or am I in a habit? Have I been trained that is through hard work that I will deserve success? Question yourself, because there are ways to reach your goal with complete and total elegance, through synchronicity, through flexibility, through receiving. You know what, Jennifer? This is where self-love comes in. If I love myself enough, I will allow a receiving of help, of smoothness, of fluidity and elegance. And I will not need to prove to myself that I deserve it because I worked so hard. It's an element of self-love. I need to learn to love myself enough to receive from the universe the grace, the abundance, the joy, success.
So self-love, yes, that's a tough one sometimes. It's hard to receive. It's easier to give. But let's assume we've gotten through these first few steps and we're now operating with elegance from the heart. What's next?
Let's move on. We are going to what we can see in the schema is a throat chakra. And here we go again in two double elements. And those elements are courage and joy. After we have reached elegance in our reaching or in our path towards the goal, it's not over. The journey continues. And we need to have the courage to sustain any challenge that comes our way. Mainly the courage deals with facing fears and doing it anyway. Courage is the ability and the willingness to allow our fears to emerge. There could come the fear of failure. There could come the fear of not making it. There could come the fear of not achieving our goal. There could come a fear of not deserving. Whatever fear comes, we need to courageously face it. Know it's there and know that we can look at it, we can question it, we can confront it, we can see where it comes from, what is really its cause, is what is attempting to tell us, what does it need from us. It's a process, the process of courage and fear. It's a duality there that needs some work, needs some attention. So courage is the courage to continue despite the challenge, despite the fear, despite the difficulties that can come on the path. And then we go into joy, being the feminine approach, as courage is the masculine. Joy is something, Jennifer, that we aren't that familiar with. And I'll tell you what. Joy, as compared to happiness, it has a difference, and I will tell you the difference. Happiness is the satisfaction and the fulfillment of our needs. So when my survival needs are fulfilled and I have a roof over my head, food on my table, and money for the rent or whatever, a good job or something, and I have a family, etc., I can be happy. Joy is different. Joy is the fulfillment of my preferences. It has a higher vibration. Joy is not so easily reachable because we often content ourselves with being happy with our survival needs. When we aim for excellence, we aim for joy because we aim for our preferences. We want to reach a higher level, even from happiness to joy, because we want to feel that satisfaction at a higher level than just survival needs. And so joy needs to be given to us ourselves, from us, at every little success that we have. Every little success that we have. If we could congratulate ourselves and empower ourselves and love ourselves for each little success, we would actually train ourselves toward joy. And because we would go beyond our needs, we would go into a true satisfaction of the soul for touching levels that are beyond the needs, touching the fulfillment of our preferences. So joy is very important because it lifts us. It lifts us towards excellence.
You think of the child who is joyful, they are fully in their preferences.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for the example, Jennifer. It's very true. A child is joyful. When they're joyful, they are joyful because their needs are taken care. They eat, they have family, their needs are taken care. They go for joy when they are in their essence, when they aren't dealing with the trauma and the stress of, that can actually happen even in a child's life. But yes, the child's energetic modality of enjoying life is joy. It's truly joy. It takes some courage to go for joy. That's why courage and joy are together. It takes courage to actually be joyful because you don't see very many people joyful. Not very many people allow themselves to be joyful. They may be happy. They may say, I'm really happy I got this. And like happiness is accepted. Joy can be seen as a little bit overboard or a little bit you know, too much or whatever. It takes courage to accept that you can be joyful and that you want to be joyful and that you can embrace joy.
Wonderful. It's interesting as we talk about these, and every time you get to the feminine side, like the vision and now the joy, I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. But you get the impeccability and you get to the courage, and it's like, that's a little tougher.
Yes, but the male energy is the focus energy, determined, courageous, wanting to reach. There is a lot of will. There is a lot of will for action. So like that male energy wants to reach that with straight will, action, determination, joy, discipline. So it's wonderful male to go through those steps. But we have to implement the ones with the feminine. So the vision and the joy are there to lighten us up and bring an element of expansion and of emotion that is very important.
I'm enjoying the balance in this model here, because it's we can tend to one side or the other. Even in certain projects, I'm all impeccability and courage, and I'm forgetting the joy. You know.
Very true.
Yeah. Okay, let's go on.
We go on to our next steps, which, as you can see, are in the third eye chakra. And we go to understanding and wisdom, which have to do with the mind and the higher mind. Understanding is very, very important. The mind needs satisfaction. The mind needs to know, why am I doing it? How can I do it? The mind needs, is this the right way? Can I make another choice? Is somebody going to help me? The mind needs to really be busy with understanding and comprehending all of the different aspects involved in reaching our goal. So the mind can be a great ally when we provide room for true understanding. Clearly, the mind can become obsessed. That would not be helpful. Clearly, the mind can go into controlling situation out of fear, obviously, and that wouldn't be helpful. But if we allow the mind to understand, to do its work, because it needs to comprehend, it needs to understand, it needs the satisfaction of knowing it's doing something that is rational and logical and makes sense. So we need to honor that in the mind. We need to do that, along with the feminine aspect of wisdom. Because if we only get stuck in the mind, in the rational, in the logical, it's very, very limiting. But wisdom expands our understanding. Wisdom allows us to know from a deeper level of intuition, of deeper knowing, of the higher mind expands us into a knowing that we don't know where it comes from, a knowing that is in every cell of our body. We know that this is right for us. It makes sense to the mind, and we know it's right. And so we can go forward because wisdom is there. Wisdom is there to support and unfold the mind and tell the mind, yes, yes, yes. And all the cells in your body say yes. So it is coming not only from the brain, the understanding, it comes from the physicality, the emotion, all of it, your intuition, the wisdom within you is saying, yes, that's the path, that's the way. And that's the beauty of doing it with the male and female aspects of our mental elements.
Well, I hadn't thought of understanding and wisdom as two, masculine and feminine again, but it makes such sense.
Yeah.
Wisdom is such a knowing, and then understanding is that mental exercise. Yeah,
Yes.
Very interesting. And we come now to the top of the diagram here.
The seventh chakra, top of the head, and this is excellence. And so what is excellence but the final result? Excellence is the fulfillment. Excellence ensures that the pursuit of our goal is aligned with our personal values and our greater good. Excellence is having reached a goal, allowing all of our potential to be expressed. Because as you can see, it was our potential, the masculine and feminine, and all of that which we went through. It was a holistic approach towards this particular final result. It's really attaining your goal, having discovered your talents, your skills, and having engaged energetically with the process, with every action that you've taken, consciously, having done it consciously, having allowed all of you to be involved, not just certain parts, all of you were involved in achieving the goals. And so every action was done consciously and with, as I said, this holistic approach, integrating all of your various personalities, all of your various approaches, male and female. And so reaching this is a fulfillment and satisfaction that makes you feel much more connected with your divine essence, makes you feel that your human potential is incredible, makes you feel that if you have reached it in this one aim, you can reach it in any other area of your life. And so that why not do it? If you have reached it in a business, why not reach it in relationships? Why not reach it in spirituality? Why not reach it in every other level of being? And so it can really empower you because it allows the best of you to come forth.
Wow. So we have this blueprint that you've created here, and I'm very interested in getting some examples on how to make this, to see how these steps work together. But before we do that, we need to go to break. So stay with us, and we'll come back with Shama to go into some more specific details on how to work with these different paths, these different steps to excellence. Thank you.
Om Times TV. There is no greater mystery in life than you. So why not take a fully experiential plunge into the depths of your being to uncover and retrieve all the secrets and wisdom your soul is crying out for you to know? If you enjoy Adventures in Consciousness, the conversation, you'll love Adventures in Consciousness, the course. Join Jennifer in this unique 13-week series of journeys specifically designed to unlock the mysteries of yourself. Each week, you'll journey progressively deeper into the meta realm, where, freed from the limitations of your mind, you'll get to play and explore the inner and outer reaches of your awareness. The next series of Adventures in Consciousness, the course, is starting soon. Find out more and stake your place at jenniferivanco.com. Imagine becoming a super influencer. Reinvent yourself, invest in your brand, and then manifest your success with a robust spheric approach. Om Times Media and Broadcasting offers a unique and multifaceted way to become the spiritual and conscious influencer you deserve to be by putting your message across our powerful platform with its proven record of integrity and excellence. Through our produced shows, Om Times offers the opportunity to become a social media TV personality, a radio show host, an Om Times magazine columnist, and a syndicated podcaster, all in one shot. By live streaming your show on Om Times TV and broadcasting it across the extensive Om Times radio and TV networks, you become more than a host. You become an ambassador and a force for positive change. Om Times. Open yourself to the possibilities.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly.
Lights out.
And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
So welcome back. I'm excited to continue this discussion with Shama. We're talking about the Excellence Blueprint, the guide to personal and professional mastery. And she's gone through all these steps. And now we'd like to get some ideas of how to work with these steps. What does it mean to go through each step? So we're going to ask Shama to share an example.
Okay, let's make an example that many of us possibly have gone through or are going through at the moment. So let's say that I want to lose some weight. Let's say I want to lose 5 kilos. Okay, that is my desire, or I think is my desire. Is it really my desire? Well, I say, of course, I do want to lose 5 kilos. Okay, so I convince myself that I need to lose 5 kilos and that I really, really want to. Then I go into clarity of intention. And I ask myself, why do I want to lose 5 kilos? Well, because somebody's coming, I have to put my bathing suit on, and I think I'm fat, and I want to lose them because after menopause, I've gained some weight, and so now I want to go back to the weight I was when I was 20. Are these good reasons, good motivations? Or else I may want to lose it because I look at all the models in magazines, etc., and they're all looking so much thinner than me, and I need to be what the fashion dictates, etc., etc. I need to look at my reasons why I want to lose weight. Is it for health reasons? Do I think I need it for my health? Do I think I need it because of my figure? I don't like my figure because I don't like myself this way. There is a lot there that actually needs to be looked at to see if my reasons are my own or are cultural. Have I taken them from culture, from family, from friends, because I'm ashamed of my body, because I need to reach a standard that other people think is the right standard for this day in culture. I need to really look at my motivations. So let's say that I'm doing it for health reasons, and that I think that it's going to be healthier for me to moderate my eating or something. Then I go to my impeccability. Am I going to be able to really do the steps that I decide to do? Which steps am I taking? Am I counting calories? Am I deciding to do what is it called? The intermittent fast? Am I deciding to, I don't know, fast every other day? What is the program that I commit myself to? Am I really going to be impeccable in order to reach those 5 kilos? And then I may have the vision of me being healthier, and that vision may propel me forward. But am I doing it elegantly? Or am I going to complain every day that I'm hungry, that this is stressful, that, oh my God, I wish I had an ice cream. This is like, oh my God, they have so little energy. Or like, how am I doing it? How am I going through my diet? What am I doing it gracefully? Am I doing it naturally? Or it's really stressful. I'm there looking at the time, looking at the scale, looking at all of the things with a lot of stress, always trying to control my need to have something, eat something, do something, because it's going to be very difficult, very stressful. So I would fail at elegance. So you can see that even something like a diet, you can go through those steps and be challenged, especially if you continue on and go into the courage I said, do I have the courage to do it for 3 months now, to really do it? And is it joyful? If it's not joyful, why am I doing it? What is really that I want to gain from this? Why am I suffering? Why am I doing it? What is the goal? Am I going to reach it with excellence? I don't think so. It can be reached with excellence. We can do a diet that is reached with excellence, but you can just see the challenges at each step of the way.
I think some of these challenges seem to be conditioned in us too, or habits, like the idea again of complaining because I can't have that ice cream and making it non-elegant.
Yeah, but there should be a challenge at each step, because you can have a challenge in why am I doing it? Is it really my desire? Is it really needed? Is it really true? And then am I going to really commit in this? Because the vision is really a vision that really sparks and fuels my motivation to keep on going. You know, there is really a challenge at each step. Even in understanding and wisdom, is it wise for me to do this particular diet, etc., etc. So even something as simple and that almost everybody can relate to as diet, you can go through these steps and achieve it with excellence or not. I'm going to make an example now, Jennifer, of my own failure. Okay, how to fail miserably. So 3 months ago, I decided that I want to learn Spanish. I'm in love with the Spanish language. I would love to be able to speak it. And I thought, oh, why don't I do Duolingo every day, at least 20 minutes, etc., etc. So I began thinking that I really, really wanted to learn Spanish. And the truth is, I like that language. And I decided to do it. So the what was clear. The why. Why did I want to learn Spanish? I wanted to learn Spanish because I love Mexico. I would love to go back to Mexico. I would love to stay there a month. And I would love to speak the language. So that was my intention. And so the intention was pretty clear. I really wanted to have any ease in my dream of going to Mexico. So then I go into my impeccability. And I begin every day to learn Spanish. And I do it, 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 and I do it. My vision is there. I'm excited. And then there's one day I cannot do it because of some other things, another priority. And then another week, 2 days with other priorities. To make a long story short, slowly but surely, gradually, I give up and I let it go. I had to go on a little trip, and so I couldn't do Duolingo. So it lasted a month and a half, close to 2 months. And that was it. That was the end. So how many times and with how many things have I done this? Many, many, many. How many times I've wanted something, or I thought I wanted it, and never went beyond the third step or the second step or the fourth step. So that was my own failure, unfortunately. But I'm going to tell you now a successful story, a story where I reached excellence. Okay, so I became aware of desiring 2 months ago. I became aware of desiring to share this particular knowledge, this particular blueprint with people. I didn't know with whom, but I thought of you. I thought I'd like to share it with Jennifer. And so next time we saw each other, I said, Jennifer, I'd love to show you something that lately I've been really engaged with much more interest, much more energy. and I'd love to talk with you about it. And I shared this with you. And you said, wow, it's beautiful. We could do something together about this. And I said, wow, that would be fantastic. That would be so wonderful. I would love to collaborate with you in putting this out into the world. And with the fact that you came aboard, I took off. And my desire had a very clear intention. I wanted to put this material out into the world with your help. That became very clear. And I knew I could do it because it was motivated by a sense of wanting to offer something valid and valuable to the world, to those who wanted to take it, wanted to use it. So it wasn't for me, it was an offering that I wanted to share. And then I committed to write down the content, put it together in a way that worked, in a way that could then be a specific little mentoring weekly step-by-step journey for people that wanted to come along. And so making the content, doing the meditation, doing the exercises that could help people. So I committed to that, and it was my vision of putting this together with you that motivated me and kept me going. And it happened elegantly. I will come down at my computer and things will just be easy. I will write this meditation. I will write the exercises. I will write the content of the slides I want to present to the people in the weekly sessions. And it was exciting. So joy was there. And the courage to continue was there. And no matter what it was, it just came along and it was exciting and joyful and wonderful and wonderful. And my mind was stretching. My understanding of the material was even becoming more empowered. And so it was just wonderful to see the mind being so stimulated, so stimulated, so excited. And the wisdom that was really holding all of it. It was like being held in a bubble of wisdom as the mind was working to put things together in a suitable way that was understandable, that was clear, that was really set up in a way that will be easily absorbed. But the wisdom was there all along. And of course, the result is excellence. This process came about in a month and a half, I believe.
Wow.
Not even a month. It was a month. And it came completely from desire to excellence. And it was beautiful. And it was fulfilling. And it was exciting. And the truth of the matter is, when you read something like this, and you have this material ready now to be shared with others, as we are going to offer to whomever wants to go on a journey with us of 7 weeks, going step by step on this journey of excellence. Even if there were 3 people, that would be fine, because it would be, to me, like success. Because I share this with people that want to reach a level of success with excellence and a level of empowerment and potential of their own talents and skills, of their own humanness, and touch higher levels of their being to then apply it to their life. And so for me, to know that we're going to put this out into the world is just a magnificent success. And I for having decided to come along and collaborate.
I'm excited about the energy that came into it. It was such a, like, as you said, joyful. It was so wonderful, and it seemed to flow. So there was the elegance. I mean, from a practical standpoint, when you put it like that, now I understand these steps and how they feel and how they flow.
Right.
So you can use this with anything, right? With these
Absolutely.
steps.
Absolutely. In a business, how to achieve excellence in the activities and the business, in your job, how to achieve excellence in your job. And if your job is to be a street sweeper, like how to do it because you want to serve, because you have a motivation, because you want to do it with, you know how to do it right. And because you have a vision of how to serve other people in this way. And you can do it with elegance, and you have the courage to pursue it, and you have the joy of doing things that you love to do. And you understand that you're doing it because it's part of you. It's your offering to the world. And there is a wisdom in all that you're doing. And then there is an excellence.
It's interesting because, again, I go back to what I said at the beginning, how I have a lot of desires, but they're obviously mostly ideas or things I think I want to do. And yet, when you choose one to actually pursue and go through these steps with it, you're consciously awakening to what you really want and really testing it all the way to the end, to excellence.
As I said with my example with Spanish, when you arrive to commitment, we often fail there because we have a little bit of alternating and prioritizing other things, and then it shows that it's not a real desire. It's an idea. It's a wish, but it's not a real desire. Desire is a fire from within that drives us forward, like it happened with this particular excellence project. It was a fire. It woke up inside of me, and it brought me to this point easily, beautifully, wonderfully, naturally.
Well, thank you, Shama. You've given us a lot to think about, and it's exciting to be able to apply this, to play with it over the next weeks.
Thank you, Jennifer, very much.
So if you found this interesting, this conversation today, and you're intrigued to learn more, we are going to actually have a 7-week group mentoring program starting July 27th, where Shama will guide us through each one of these steps, one step a week. This is going to be a practical, hands-on program. So it's for those who really want to explore this path towards excellence. If you are interested, please visit my website at jenniferivanko.com, and I hope to see you soon. Until next time, namaste.